whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. Now today I will not be talking about one specific bottle. No, I want to talk to you about dram sharing or getting to know whiskies, whiskey sampling. Now the best way to do that, of course, is visiting whiskey festivals. There's a whole plethora of festivals in Europe and all over the world actually. So wherever you're from, there will be a whiskey festival in your neck of the woods that you can visit and where you can try new whiskies and discover new releases. But also another good way is, of course, visiting tastings. I often do this myself, and I even organize tastings myself. So that is also a good way of discovering new releases. Another one is, of course, dram sharing, which is something I do as well. When you have got for example, you've got 10 bottles, I've got 10 bottles, let's swap some whiskies and get to know each other's bottles. But there's also a couple of professional solutions, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. This one, for example, Tasting Collection. Now, Tasting Collection is a company based in Holland, in Zoetermeer to be exact, and they have all kinds of try before you buy services. They have these subscription forms where you can try gin, cognac, Armagnac, whatnot, and of course also whiskey. And due to the nature of my ramblings, I want to focus on the whiskey. They've got these subscriptions that you can subscribe to. They've got the monthly subscription, which is around €35, in which you get 6 whiskies every month. And then you also have the quarterly subscription, which is around €38 if I'm not mistaken, and that will give you 6 whiskies every 3 months. And they come in these beautiful packagings. They come in these test tubes, and each test tube has a contents of 25 milliliters, so it's just 1 dram for you to discover. They come in these beautiful boxes in which the 6 tubes are contained, and they even have a booklet that comes along with it with tasting notes inside. Now once you subscribe, you get this beautiful, I think it's beautiful, collector's case in which you can collect your let me put it that way, your favorite samples, right? You get one of these as well as a sort of like a welcome gift, you know. Now, the funny thing is, there's an upside and a downside to Tasting Collection. The upside, obviously, is that you receive every month or every 3 months, depending on your subscription, you get 6 new whiskies to try. The upside is you don't have to go out and look for them. They will be delivered nicely, smartly packaged, safely at your front door. The downside, obviously, is that you have no impact on what's inside the box. So there is this risk, albeit small, but there is a risk that you will receive a package with a sample of a bottle that you've already tried. Now, I do say that this risk is minimum because, well, they not only try to bottle new stuff, but if you're a beginning whiskey lover, well, then there's plenty of bottles that you probably have not yet tried. And there is a nice touch in recent months. Tasting Collection has contacted whiskey experts to put together these club editions, let me put it that way. And they have been, some of those people have, for example, Walter Wapenaar, who is the organizer of the International Whiskey Festival in Holland and Belgium. There is Ronald Zwartepoorte, who is a keeper of the Quake and the editor-in-chief of Whiskey Passion. Hans and Becky Offringa, the whiskey couple, which you probably know because Hans is a very famous whiskey author. There was also Charles McLean, who's obviously a whiskey expert. Now, the April 2016 edition has been put together by none other than, can you guess it? Yes, it's me. Now, at first I thought it was a mistake, so I contacted them and I said, hang on, I thought these were being put together by whiskey experts. They told me, well, whiskey experts and whiskey enthusiasts. Now, I'm sure you'll agree, I might not be the whiskey expert, but I'm certainly a whiskey enthusiast. So I thought this was quite an honor and set to work. And that is basically why this Whiskey Rambling has turned into this utterly shameless commercial for Tasting Collection. Now, the collection that I put together consists of 6 whiskies, as you can see here, and they are the following. I'm quite proud of the collection that I made. Now, remember, I was constricted by budget and I was limited to what I could select, but nevertheless, I think I got to the best selection available. I put in, obviously, an Auchentoshan. I am the Toshan man, so there is an Auchentoshan in there. But other than that, I got in the Black Bush from Bushmills. I got the Feathery Blend, the Auchentoshan Cooper's Reserve. I also have the Tullibardine 20-year-old. I've got the Kalila Moch, which is a no-age statement. Kalila Moch means dawn. And finally, an American whiskey, the Smooth Ambler Rye. So I think all in all that I've put together quite a nice selection for you. If this is something you might be interested in, then visit tastingcollection.com and get your subscription now. And that's all for this Whiskey Rambling. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was informative for you. That's all for this Whiskey Rambling, and I hope to see you again in one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.